on this computer. There we
Yes, y'all. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. This is Throwback Thursday, and we're gonna take it back real. We're gonna do a real big show today. I love the topic we're gonna get on today because one of my favorites is about music since I'm in the music industry. But let me introduce my folks that's in the building with me. Juan Fuego, what up, Juan?
What up? What up? How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, man. And Deacon Zaid, what up?
Peace. What's good with y'all?
Man, it is, man. So we still in this quarantine life. We slowly coming out of it. Zaid is flying back from Jamaica, so right now
Right. Yeah. Hey, pass me that. Hey, let me get that Hennessy on the rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Deacon Zaid, he on that G5 right now. Me and Juan Fuego, we just waiting for him to touch down. But we have you might want to turn it down just a little bit, Juan.
All right. There we go.
All right, there we go. Yeah, Juan Fuego. Tell everybody that track though, Juan.
This is from D. Nice, my cousin who does tracks. He be hooking it up. He also hooked up our theme music that we have in the background that you hear playing now throughout the show. So if you need some tracks, hit up D. Nice. You can find him on IG and everything.
Yeah. So
There it is, man. All right, so we getting into this music conversation, man, because our guy Ice Cube, West Coast legend,
Yay!
It's his 20th anniversary, right, Juan?
30th.
30th anniversary, man. Go ahead, Juan. Let everybody know, man.
30th anniversary of America's Most Wanted. America's with the 3 KKKs. You know what I'm saying?
God.
With no Vaseline. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
When No Vaseline came out, that was like, bro, it was just like back to back to back repeat. I had the little Kenwood pull out, you know what I'm saying? And you could just hit the repeat button and it was just repeat. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm a big Ice Cube fan. I need to tell you.
Hey, let me tell you. Juan is so much of a fan that I don't like Ice Cube. Well, I love Ice Cube, but I don't like him to this day because every time I was in the car with Juan, it was Ice Cube, man. Nothing else but Cube, man. And I'm like, yo, there's other artists out here, bro.
No, Colorblind, Steady Mobbing, How to Live in South Central. You know what I'm saying? I was just, I was Cube, brother. Cube. But the funny thing is, Kim went to middle school or high. I think it was middle school. Ended up going to middle school, and I didn't know when we was. Me and Kim been together for a long time, but I didn't know back in the day. Yeah. She's like, O'Shea. I know O'Shea. Hey, O'Shea, his name is Ice Cube to you.
Right. I don't need you saying no around here.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Hey, so it's very interesting because we were talking off air and just saying how influential Ice Cube was to the hip hop world, to the music world, and now the movie world. I know he has a new movie that's actually about to come out and stuff like that. But
with your girls, Zaid.
Come on, man. Don't do that online, man. Don't do that in the world, man. Everybody ain't gotta know, Juan, baby.
Uh-oh. So now I'm gonna have to ask.
Hey,
you don't know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's number one for him.
Oh yeah.
Y'all keeping us in the dark. Who we talking about?
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, Tracy.
That's his side boo.
I heard that. All right. Well, just make sure though Trina don't hear this episode.
Yeah.
I think she know though, don't she?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if she know, but she know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she know, but she know.
Yeah, Trina know.
Yeah. I texted him the other day. I said, I see why you like Tracy Ellis Ross. He was like, why? I said, because she reminds you of Trina.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah, you didn't know? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I see.
Yeah. That's all that is right there.
Right. Hey, so Ice Cube. When we look back upon Ice Cube, what's the one thing that stands out from you with Ice Cube, Zaid? That even though Juan Fuego used to play him all the time, and but what was the one thing that stood out to you about Cube?
I think that the thing that I could appreciate him about, especially after watching the movie, and I'm sure everything in the movie, it was some things probably left out, whatever. But a guy like him from the hood who was bussed out for high school, who started with the music, just the elevation, not just of the music, but of how his mind worked, how he was conscious of the things around him and was vocal about them at such a young age. And then just taking it, because we know a lot of rappers that just stuck with the rap game and kind of, and I don't want to say they got old in it, but that's all they had. But he took it to the next level with the movies and the production and things like that. So, and then started a lot of people's acting careers as well. So I think for me, just the progression of his life, I mean, it should be commended, and I think it's just could be a lesson for a lot of people of that you don't just have to be a rapper and just that's it. Like you could take that to all kind of different avenues to elevate yourself and your people.
Right. And I think, for me, I remember I got introduced to Cube, of course, during NWA, but it was on the tail end of NWA where they were falling apart. And I'm like Juan Fuego. Like the song for me that I remember that Cube was just like, I was like, oh my God, who is this dude? Was No Vaseline. That was the joint. Like, you know. But then after you heard the No Vaseline, then it was kind of like, okay, let's go back and listen to some other joints of Cube, especially NWA and stuff like that. And it was like, damn, dude, like, and then Death Certificate was another. And it was like, oh man, this dude is just, I mean, like, so when you kind of look at the West Coast, Juan Fuegan, when you look at the West Coast, all the West Coast artists, where would you rank Ice Cube?
See, that's hard for me because I don't really listen to the West Coast or East Coast stuff like, the differences at this point, right? And I was trying to explain this, when we was off air. I guess when everything really started booming with all of the West Coast, East Coast stuff and all these other rappers that were coming out, I was kind of evolving in age, right? So I was stuck in, the people that I liked, EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim, what's the Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I really wasn't a Public Enemy fan.
Okay.
People like that. And, we were talking about Ice Cube and you were talking about his songs portrayed and told stories that I could relate to. And I think that's why I liked them so much. You know what I mean? I liked Das Effects. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. The old school. And for me, it was more the beat. And then if you said something on top of the beats, it was like, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what has always captured me was the beat of a song. And then if you're saying something on top of that, it's just extra gravy for me.
Right. So like on that album, America's Most Wanted, one of the dopest joints was A Nigga You Love to Hate.
Yeah. And you was talking about NWA. I'm gonna tell you something. One of my favorite songs from him was NWA, and I hate to say this, but a bitch is a bitch.
Wow.
I mean, if you listen to what he says, bro, it's like he's just spitting facts.
But you're not in the house or in the car playing this when Kim is in the car, right?
Well, the running joke in the house right now is, I tell her all this time. I said, when at my funeral, you better play a bitch better have my money.
Wow, AMG, huh?
Yeah, I said, bitch better have my money. So like, if something come on, and I'll say, hey Kim, bitch better have my. She goes, what you think she'll say? Bitch better have my money. So that's just a running joke in the house.
That's a
But
run.
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But I could call Kim in here right now, and I could say, hey, listen, we're talking about no Vaseline, and she will go off, bro. She will
I
go
believe
off.
it. Yeah, no lie. I believe it.
Yeah, that's like a staple in this house.
Okay. And then we had America's Most Wanted, another classic on the album. What They Hitting For. Once Upon a Time.
Yep.
Man.
Hey, now that was
Once Upon a
he
Time
told
in the
us.
Projects.
He told the story, didn't he? Man. And you can just, as he's rapping it, you can just like visually see. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, okay. Who is it? Ice Cube, pay a little visit to you. With the niggas in the parking lot. Cause they get sparked a lot. Hey, and the
man.
beat is like, it's the beat, and you just groove it. You know what I mean? You just groove it.
Woo, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a nigga you love to hate, that was my joint though, man.
Yeah,
I'm not even
yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
Like just the way he came at it.
Hey, what about jacking for beats? Pee Wee, what about jacking for beats?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me pull
Hey,
that up.
Pee Wee, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You ain't never heard Juan so excited about no music. He is
Well,
turned right now.
look, if you start talking about Al Green, you'll get the same,
Yeah, no lie. Yeah, I believe it.
And
I
you
mean,
want me to tell you who else I used to like? The DOC.
yeah.
That's my EPMD, the DOC. You got to chill. Oh, bro,
Wow.
I could play that all day. You got to chill, and Eric B for president. Hey,
Oh man, come on, Eric B and Rakim, monsters. But I mean, it's the same thing we said. When you look at East Coast, West Coast, even though the East Coast started, the whole hip hop game and everything like that, you look across the country and you look at it went from East Coast to the West Coast, and the West Coast created their own type of music, their own, you know, gangster music.
right.
You know what I'm saying? With NWA leading the pack, with a Too Short up in the Bay, DJ Quick, AMG, Ren. I mean, the list can go on. Snoop Dogg. The list can go on and on and on. But then when you go and you look at you go to Florida with Uncle Luke, and the get it, that whole bounce, trap music.
Right.
And then when you go to Atlanta or Dallas, go down to the South, and you got that trap music that's down there, that bounce music, or as they call it, the screw music that's down there. It's very interesting just how hip hop has evolved. And a lot of folks really did not think that hip hop would be where it is today. It is the number one grossing genre of music in America to this day.
Wow.
And as much as folks, you may not like the music, but you realize even in America culture, when you look at TV and commercials, movies and TV shows, some way, somehow, hip hop is in there.
Right.
Bring hip hop in there some way, somehow.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask Zaid the same question I asked you, Juan Fuego.
Okay.
What's that?
If you look at the West Coast, Z, if you look at the West Coast, Z, who would you put in order as far as your Give me like your top 3 West Coast artists that you can listen to in the car.
Let me think. The top 3 what like my three
Your top
right?
3.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's funny? Most of them will be younger people.
Right.
Like who?
For sure, Kendrick.
Okay.
Like I could listen to Kendrick all day, every day. Let me see. Man. Another young guy is D Smoke.
Okay.
I could listen to him
Straight
all
out of
day.
Inglewood.
Straight out, right. And I'm trying to think of one. That's what I'm saying. I really don't listen to a lot of West Coast music for the most part. And yeah, that's tough, man, especially just to listen to all the time.
Right.
But those two for sure. Yeah, and I know we were talking about Tupac. But yeah, man, I wasn't such a Tupac fan like that, bro.
Right.
So I'm gonna rock with those two, and then I'm gonna go old school. My old school that I can listen to anytime would be DJ Quick.
Okay. Okay. You can't go wrong.
For sure. Because rhythmalism is listen, bro. I could listen to that all day. And you don't have to skip nothing.
Hey.
You know who I feel like about that? I like DJ Quick as well, but I like the way that Ludacris delivers.
Ooh.
The way he delivers his lyrics, it's like, man, you know what I mean? I don't like all of his songs, but I can sit there and listen to him because it's like just the delivery. And then, especially Biggie, he delivered songs like, oh man, I told you off air, dude, you put Hypnotize on. And I'm just like, yeah, it's on.
And you know, it's so funny that you bring Ludacris up, Juan, is because just this past weekend on IG Live, Timberland and Swiss Beats put together versus Nelly versus Ludacris. And I thought it was, I mean, and this is just my personal opinion. I don't think that was a good battle.
Okay.
I kind of felt that Ludacris is in a lane all by himself.
Okay.
You know, I don't think Nelly had one album that was platinum.
Okay.
Like multi-platinum album. After that, it was a lot of collabos. He was on a lot of collabos. And so, but when you look at Luda, I mean, a straight monster when lyrics come in, and he's versatile. And it was funny because Rock Nation posted this thing and said that Jay-Z liked the way Ludacris flowed on the remix with Sierra. I can't remember the name. It was a remix he did with Sierra. And he flowed on it. Was like, Jay was like, man, like the way he rode that track was like monster.
Bro, just think about it, bro. I just put this one song out there, and it's like, who comes up with this area codes?
Right.
Bro. Man.
And we got him in every area code.
Dude, and he was just like, and he just throwing them out there. Just throwing them out there. It's like, and it's just flowing, bro. It's just flowing. Yeah, I love Ludacris.
I think when you talk about delivery and flow, that's how I feel about Rick Ross. Like, I might not agree with everything he's talking about, but I love his flow.
Bro, listen, I didn't even know nothing about Rick Ross until brother was playing it one day. And I was like, who is that? He was like, oh, that's Rick Ross. And then I heard him say he was the chicken boss. Hey, man, listen. I love Rick Ross too. I'm not a Maybach music person or nothing like that.
Right.
But it just the beats and it just flows so well together. It's like, man.
See, like for me, Rick Ross, I just like his voice.
Okay.
That's the only thing I like about Rick Ross. I like his voice and the way they put tracks together that complement his voice.
Okay.
They don't try to go over and beyond with Rick. They stay in one lane with Rick. so that his voice complements the track.
Because all the beats are super like chill, melodic.
Yep.
Like like you say, he sound good over the beats.
He sound good over the beat.
It's amazing. But I always say every time I listen to Rick Ross, the Camry turned into a Bentley, baby. Always.
I mean, the dude he's a beast. I mean, I don't want to go too deep though, but when you look at the fact that, he got called out being a correctional officer.
Yeah.
But no one pays attention to that. Like no one's
They was only 4 minutes. They were only 4 minutes, but then it was just like,
who cares?
You back listening to me? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I mean, and I think that's very interesting when you look at the hip hop game. To me, Outkast, like, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
The flow of Andre 3000 and Big Boy. I mean, two different artists coming together as one, and the way that they storytelled themselves was like, oh my goodness. Elevators. Elevators, bro.
My understanding is they wrote a lot of stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and that's the part.
Yo mama and yo cousin too.
Yeah. Like, see, that's the part that I don't really know, is how much stuff other people has written for other people. And we were talking off of air, and like I told you guys, I heard that So Weak by SWV was made for Charlie Wilson, and he turned it down.
I mean,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But then, even if you, because I think you said you could kind of hear him on it.
Yeah.
Like SWV killed it. Like, if he
he
sang it now, I would be like, yo, you still in their song.
Yeah.
Like, that's a classic.
Come on. Okay, hold up. Now I gotta play this. Hold on, Juan. I gotta play this.
Okay.
Hold up. Lower the music. All right, come on, man.
Go ahead.
When we talk about Outkast, Southern Playalistic.
Southern,
come on, man.
Hey. That beat drop. Boom.
Come on, man. Players ball. Come on, man.
Yeah.
None but them lags.
Country.
Right.
Man.
Come on, man. Like,
and I think they're a group, like, both West Coast and East Coast guys were listening to. I think for you to be an artist, and when you could say, for me, when you say you could you made it, would be when it don't matter where you from, people just think you dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't. You could have all this West Coast, East Coast beef, but people think you dope, and you got people from the West Coast listening to these country dudes talking about Cadillacs and pimping and stuff, and it's like, you from the city, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Like, then you
seriously.
got cats from New York the same way. Like, I think that, like, an Outkast, like, they like, guys like that are like Air Force Ones and Nike Cortez. Like, they'll never go out of style. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's the beautiful thing. Like I was saying earlier, when East Coast started it and it went to the West Coast, and then, to Florida, and then down to Atlanta and Dallas and stuff like that. Like, you just saw the evolvement of hip hop and how, they made it make sense for them. And that, if you have a good musical ear, it didn't matter like where they were from. The music just fire. You know?
And most of them find inspiration. Like, if you talk to them, they found inspiration from everything. You know what I mean? Like, even if you talk to some down south dudes, like, it might be an East Coast dude that might be their favorite rapper, but you delivering it in your in your way. You know what I'm saying? And
when you look at UGK,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pimp C was in the church, so a lot of their music had the organ in it.
Right.
He made sure like the organ was in a lot of their music, because he grew up in the church.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys have not had a chance yet, and I think it's really dope when you look at music wise, the evolution of hip hop on Netflix. You get
Okay.
to watch that. You know, it breaks it down. Like he goes, you know, from the beginning of hip hop, how it got started in New York, and actually got the people that was there that helped start it, you know, and then went to the West Coast with NWA and Too Short. And when you look at Too Short, Too Short was the OG in the Bay Area. He was in the Bay Area, was the one that started it in the Bay.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and then
For
you
sure.
get the story of how Too Short did it. It's like, man, now you see the evolvement. I shouldn't say the involvement, the evolution.
Yeah.
How artists, you know, because he was the first one to do it out the trunk of his car.
Right. Wow.
You know,
See, and the crazy thing is, see, for me, I'm probably about 10 years older than at least you, Pee Wee. I'm probably 15 years older than you, right? And see, the evolution that it came from, you guys got to remember, my growing up age or teenage years age was Run DMC, Curtis Blow.
right.
You know, very basic. You know what I mean? But if you know, you put on Run DMC, we was walking around with Adidas with no shoestrings in them. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, to hear that now versus what you're hearing from today's rapper, you know, like I'll ask my son about, you know, or I'll play some Run DMC and he'd be like, "Oh God, why
Like
are we
they
listening
cool.
to this?
They
No,
solid.
not even that. Not even that.
Wow.
Like, why are we listening to this? Like they're trash." It's like, dude, back in the day, this was like the standard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, but kids nowadays will never understand that.
Right.
Well, but one, I say, no, they won't. You're right. They won't. But we got to get them to appreciate it, though, to understand that, you know, your artist that you like right now wouldn't be around for artists like Run.
Right. And they paved the way. I agree with you. They paved the way, and it's about, like you said, the evolution. Like it changed. It got better, and now it's more lyrical beats, and now it's almost to what you're saying when you're talking about the simplicity of it, Juan. Like now these rappers, they back to that. Like some of them not saying nothing, and they might say the same word for like all the bars, you know, and people love it. But then you have those. But I think even back then you had those guys like, you know, you say a Run DMC, which were more party guys, but you had KRS-One. You had those kind of guys that were, you know, both sides. And I think that that's the beauty of hip hop or any kind of music is you have the different genres, or you have the different not genres, but the different aspects of it. You know what I mean? You got your party, you like right now, you got your party rappers, you got your little drug rappers, you know what I mean? And then you got your conscious guys, you know what I'm saying? So but I think that's the dopest part about it.
Yeah. And then, you know, and when you look at KRS-One, and that's a good one though, Z. You look at KRS-One. You know, for me, KRS-One is my number one. When you talk about hip hop artists, he's my number one. Just because lyrically, you know, when you go back to the beginning of hip hop, it wasn't just, it was entertaining people, but at the same time of entertaining people, you was saying something to them. You know, like, and that's where, like, you know, that's where the evolution, you know, came from. Like the performance, entertaining people. Like really, these guys were Block Party on the mic. It was just the hype men on the mic, and they had to figure out a way because the DJ was the star. They had to figure out a way, like, how can the guy with the mic get some love here? And it was like, okay, we're gonna put routines together and stuff like that. So it became, I'm entertaining now. And like you look at artists now, some of these artists now, literally, I mean, like, when was the last time back in the day? Let's just, in the 90s, early 90s, 2000, artists had like 4-minute songs, 5-minute songs. Now artists are like a 2-minute and 6-minute song, like a 30-minute, like, and half of it is track. And like Z said, They're just repeating, looping the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But this is what this generation likes. This is the new generation of hip hop.
Right. And it's it's almost like, to be honest, some of the dudes, I don't even think they put no thought into nothing. They just like, let me get albums, let me get songs, let me get, it's just like, you just came out with an album, now you got a new one and everybody loving it. And it's just like, I've learned a long time ago that, like, I think it was Common who said it. He said, just because I don't like what you playing, don't mean that I'm hating. And like, that's how I feel about some of this music. They be like, oh, did you hear this new thing? And first of all, I'm too old to be listening to that stuff. But and then secondly, like, if I do try, I'm like, dude, he's not even saying nothing. Like,
so if
my thing is go ahead. I'm not too old, but I think it's just my mindset is different.
But if you make that statement that you're too old to deal with all of it, don't look for me to be really dealing with it.
And for me, I think it's and I get that all of it is a show, but the authenticity of it is sad. Like, you got dudes talking about all these, bees and hoes they got, but like, you're married and like, you have kids, bro. Like, but you talking about being out in the club. Like, I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, no lie, I'm gonna put your boy on blast, like Snoop Dogg. He always talk about these bitches and hoes, but you just had a show. You had a show with your whole family, bro. You can't talk about another bitch or a hoe.
I think he's stuck in giving you what you want to hear versus the reality of where he is. Like, the late Snoop Dogg stuff, I don't even listen to it. Early Snoop Dogg, hey, that dude was a beast.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Juan. I'm like, the old stuff is cool, but then the new stuff. Then he went to reggae. I know I'm hating on Snoop. I don't want to hate on Snoop.
Well, he did a church album too. It's like,
then he did a church, like,
really, bro. Like, you smoking weed in the church?
Yeah, you're a Rastafarian. You know what I mean? Rasta. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I think it's but again, when I see things like that. Like, that's when I go back to the Ice Cube and stuff, where he has so many other things going on that it's like, I don't have to rap anymore. Like, I'm grown now, and I'm not saying that he couldn't rap right now or whatever, put out an album, but
but I don't think it would have the same effect that it would as these younger cats that are coming
and that's
out.
why I think Snoop doesn't have that same. If Snoop did a concert and did some new music, people looking like, what you doing, man? Do some old stuff, bro. Stop playing.
But see, Snoop is on the end now that he solidified himself in hip hop history, that he doesn't have to put out another album. If he does, it's all good. It's just, he's in the game of keeping himself relevant.
So let me ask you this. Did Ice Cube open the door or pave the way for all of these other entertainment type people to get into movies and stuff?
Of course.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it him or was it Ice-T?
Well, it was Ice-T first.
Okay.
But Ice-T was just on the end of breaking in and being in movies.
Right.
Ice Cube took it to another level of producing his own content, putting himself in it, writing it, the whole shebang. He took it to a whole nother level. Like, his first joint was Friday. That was Cube's first joint. And he was writing that joint when he was, finishing up with NWA. So he was thinking way far, in advance of how he wanted to see his career play out. And, Ice-T, he opened the door because the industry said, wow, we have someone that he can act, but he also has another following somewhere else that we can tap into also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
Cubes came with it, Cube was like, okay, I'm gonna tap into my own that people can relate to. This guy's nothing to do with you guys didn't write this, you guys produced it and all that other stuff. But
Right.
Yeah.
it's all him. And that's why that original Friday took off, because at the end of the day, we can all relate to that
Right.
whole
Yeah.
entire movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Ice Cube was just in, they just put him in movies, you
Yeah.
know, and
But
we just knew him as that's Ice T in the movie, and but we couldn't relate until we got into what's the one with New Jack City. When he was in New Jack City, that's when it was like, oh snaps, we can relate to that one.
yeah,
You know?
I think Juan talked about how some rappers from New York started a trend of wearing Adidas without laces.
Mhm.
And then that took off. Like, so now you got rappers getting shoe contracts. You know what I mean? Then you take it to rappers getting, acting jobs. Then you take it to rappers, doing movies. You know what I mean? Like those kind of things. Like, I think it's like you're saying, that elevation, that evolution of it.
Right. Right.
Because if you see somebody do it, you could take off. You always hear people, they paved the way for me. And I think that that's the thing. You should take whatever you're doing, whatever your goal is, or whatever you want to do. Like, when you see somebody doing something, you should automatically think in your head, or it should push you to think, I could do more.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that that's where you get the Ice Cube from. You look at an Ice T and you see, oh man, you making, and a thought process to me was like, oh, you making that movie money now?
Right.
Okay, let me see if I can get in the movie money. Okay, but on top of that, I'm gonna write this joint.
Right.
I'm gonna produce this joint. Like, now you tapping into a lot of money. We were talking about off air about all the people that we didn't know that wrote certain songs. And from what I understand, writing a song is more lucrative than singing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So when you got people writing and you that hot writer,
Or
Right.
keep me.
Right.
even the
I'll,
producer.
I'll write it. Yeah, producer too.
Even the
Like,
producer,
and
yeah.
you see it all day long where somebody make a nice song. I make a song for Juan, it blow up. Now, Pee Wee, you calling me because you want a track. You know
Right.
what I'm
So
saying?
so
So
tell me,
now,
Pee Wee. I understand the writer part. I wrote this song. What is the producer?
So the producer is the one that put that
the
track
music,
together. The
the
music.
music,
So he puts the music to whatever I wrote.
Yeah.
or no, or
Or
you,
or
yeah, go ahead,
Or
P.
or no, not so sometimes so if I produce a track, I put the track together. I can modify the track depending on who it is. So
Mhm.
you got the track already, but then I can modify it if there's certain beats that you want to add to it, or you want to break down at this point so you can hit a
Yeah,
punchline. I
Okay.
can modify it. But
right.
writer, see, this is the thing with an artist. An artist is the face. The writer is the person that puts the stuff that come out your voice. The
Okay.
producer is the one that makes the tracks. Then you got the engineer, the one that mixes the whole thing together. That's why you get a lot of producers become engineers too, so that I can double up on my money. I'm producing,
Mm.
now I'm engineering it because I'm mixing it
Mm.
down. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, the person that's losing on the whole deal is the artist, because
Mm.
the artist has
Because
to
all
pay
you
the
are,
writer, has to pay the producer, has to pay
yeah,
the engineer. Like, you got multiple people that you got to pay.
all you're doing, all the artist is doing is singing the end result.
that's
Right,
it.
exactly. So
One,
when
I've
you
seen, and I know Pee Wee could attest to this, but you might have a producer show up and he might play 20 tracks,
Mhm.
and you pick one out of those, and that's it.
yeah, that's it.
Like
And
Darrell with all these beats. Darrell is trying to shop these beats.
so I'm gonna tell you another funny thing. I got some boys that's been in the industry for a very long time, and they work with um, Jimmy Jam and Terry. Now, again, when you're solidified as mega producers, right? Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, half the time wouldn't even be in the studio. These guys would be in the studio, put the track and everything like that together. So how Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will get their credit on that track would be them walking in and saying, "Hey, change that drum beat up just a little bit, or take that, put that guitar, add a little bit more to that guitar, just add something to it. So now they get producer credit. They didn't do it. All they did was just added something to it, you know? And so when you get to that point, even when you look at a Babyface, you know, Babyface the same exact way, you know, he's more hands-on, but yeah, you know, produce-wise, I mean, it's something special, man. And we go back to looking at Teddy Riley. I mean, Teddy started at the age of like 17 or something like that, you know, and writing tracks and producing and stuff like that and selling tracks. I think he said on there on the live when he was with Babyface, he said he was selling tracks for like $50, $25 a pop.
Wow.
You know, and just imagine like now how much it is. Look at a Pharrell, a Missy Elliott, a Swiss, a Timbaland. Yeah, you coming out the pocket just for a track.
Easy.
You know, so
and these tracks be taking these dudes 5 minutes, bro.
Right. Right. I mean, you look at Kanye West. Kanye is, I mean, even though all that other stuff that's going on with Kanye, music-wise, Kanye really truly is a genius when it comes to music. Like, this dude truly has a musical ear, as far as he knew it from the get-go as he was going to be an artist. And he proved everybody wrong that he was going to be an artist. But them tracks, people love them tracks.
Right. You still doing that regardless of if don't nobody buy an album, you still buying my music. You just don't even know.
And it's easy to sell the tracks. You always gonna have artists. You always gonna have somebody that that wants to get in the game. And since you now have solidified yourself as one of those mega producers that people want to work with, it's easy. Give me 20 grand for this track. 20K?
Yeah.
I can set my price. What?
Oh man.
Come on, man.
That's the wild part, man.
I email it to you.
Right. Yeah, cash at me that 20 real quick.
Easily, man. All right, so ladies and gents, I mean, if you give us your 411. Who's your top 5 hip-hop artists of all time? You know, even if you want to break it down, East Coast, West Coast, down South, or just your top 5. It doesn't matter. Just, you know, chime in. Let us know who your top 5 is in the hip-hop game. Congratulations once again to Ice Cube, 30th anniversary. This dude, man, I kid you not, man. Like, he paved the way for a lot of cats, you know, in this business. And I was telling Juan Fuego off air, Z, since Timbaland and Swiss is doing verses, if they actually put together Ice Cube versus LL Cool J, who do you think?
Wow.
Will come out on top? I'm telling you.
Don't be a hater.
You know I'm about to hate.
Don't be a hater.
Hey man, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna just say that's not my generation.
What about you, Juan Fuego?
You know who he going with, man.
Come on, people.
Hey, hold up, homie. Don't be biased now, Juan.
Hey, I'm not biased, but I wasn't an LL fan.
Come on, Juan. Don't be biased now.
I wasn't an LL fan.
But can they verse each other? Because to me, they not the same though.
Yeah, I mean, LL did "I Need Love," bro.
Right.
And was what?
Yeah, but that wasn't Ice Cube's like.
And that's what I'm saying. They not in the same.
That wasn't his realm.
Yeah.
What?
But that wasn't his realm. So give me a song from Ice Cube. Give me a song from Ice Cube that you could put up against "I Need Love."
Yeah.
Hold up, Juan. Hold on, Juan. Hold on, Juan.
I hope you're trying to find a song, because I don't know what song Ice Cube.
Hold on. Hold on. See, I hate when they do this to me. All right, here we go. Hold up. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying Ice Cube that LL didn't have bangers, and I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when he plays "I Need Love," what is Ice Cube gonna play?
Ice Cube can play anything you want to play. You know what I'm saying? But that "I Need Love," are you kidding me, Juan?
No, it was a jam. It was a jam. I'm not saying that it wasn't a jam.
Nah, yeah. Juan. Nah, Juan.
I'm not saying that. They're just different genres, bro. They within the rap game, these are two different types of people.
Yeah.
Are you? Hold up, Juan. Hold on.
You're not listening, bro. You're not listening.
He's not listening to you, Juan.
Hold up. What?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Right.
I'm down with that.
Ice Cube can play anything you want to play. But when "I Need Love" come on, "I Need Love" was a monster hit.
It was.
It was.
These two can go head to head because they both got mad hits underneath.
Hey, can I ask a question though? Yeah. I still don't know pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by a building. Still don't know what that means.
You gotta have to ask somebody from New York on that, man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I still don't know what that means. I'm just trying to figure that out. Can somebody message us and tell us what that means?
Yeah,
please.
You gonna have to get somebody from New York to answer that one.
Yeah, because I have no idea.
All right, Juan. Okay, Juan. I'm gonna give you. Hold on.
This dude right here.
Hold on, Juan. I'm gonna give you one though, Juan. Come on, Juan. You gotta know this.
I gotta hear it.
With the criminal, rapping over gangster shit. First I load the clip and then I make the hit. I know some of y'all can't fade. Lynch mob niggas are the crazy.
Come on, man, rolling with the lynch mob.
Hey, but I would tell you this. I think for the most part, I think that LL would probably win that battle just because he had more commercial songs that people heard on the radio on the regular than they would have Ice Cube.
Now, I might have to agree with you on that. But I will say this. Again, the Ice Cube West Coast didn't cross over to New York, but New York crossed over to the West Coast. And I think for me, that's where the hump for Cube. Like the early NWA stuff, New York felt. But Ice Cube's later stuff, he kind of fell off. But see, LL had, what was that joint with Boys to Men? He had a joint with Boys to Men, like major platinum hit off of that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, LL for sure. Yeah.
But he continued to cross over. But to me personally, I love me some Ice Cube. I do, honestly. Cube got hits. But LL, I think L.
I'm looking in my mirror so I can see who can see me. South Central is
hey, Pee-wee, I'm telling you, you done messed up with this Ice Cube, man.
Now I can't go around and can't back up. So I gotta peep game playing in the cut. Is this a jack or a snap?
Hey, what he can play that? He can play that against I Need Love.
Man, he only needs to play one song over and over and over again.
Oh boy. Oh man.
He only needs to play one song over and over and over again, bro.
Anyway, y'all see, you done messed up, man. You done messed up.
Motherfucking saga continues.
So man, what I say?
Does this bring back memories, Z?
You see, my head is hurting.
Let me move forward. So yeah. Well, all right. Hey man, listen. Y'all need some hype? Watch this. Watch this.
What you about to do?
Watch this. Watch this.
You about to tell Kim to come in there?
Stick to producing. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Like I said, Cube had nothing but major hits, man. And I think I would love, me personally, I would love to see Ice Cube and LL come together. You know what I'm saying? I know at one point they was talking about Diddy and Dr. Dre.
Watch this.
Uh-oh. I love it. Come on, Kim.
I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Cause he going off, bro. This is what I got to deal with.
Hey, like I said,
West Side.
Cube got hits, man. And that's why I say, like, I think this would be a dope versus with Ice Cube and LL. Like, two classic cats. They got major hits. I think it would be absolutely one of the best verses.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not taking that away from him. I mean, yeah.
And then when you even look, I think they may even surpass Teddy Riley and Teddy Riley and Babyface just because of LL's movie career and TV career. All his fans would tune in for this in the same way for Ice Cube. His fans would tune in for that also. So me personally, I think it would shut IG down.
Hey, while you talking about that, I think we need to, that should be one of our verses. Like, who's the best rap actor?
Wow.
And we could see, we could put the names who you want. You know what I mean? Look at this: Ice Cube, LL, Will Smith, Ice-T. Did you say Snoop?
Snoop.
If you don't knock it, you better knock it off, Pee Wee.
You said you got to put him in there.
I ain't putting no cut dog on Snoop Dogg and no.
Hey man, he was good in Baby Boy.
Hey.
What he say? He said, yeah. He said, man, fuck your fort, man.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but seriously, I think that should be one of our verses, bro.
Let's make it happen. I'm with that right there.
For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get inside. One gotta go. Gotta go. Juan, I like this one though, Juan.
Well, what was last week? What was last week?
Juan, I couldn't tell you.
It was Set It Off and Dead Presidents.
Oh, yeah, Set It Off, Dead Presidents.
Yeah, for sure.
Got you.
That's a good one.
Set It Off, Dead Presidents was last week's One Gotta Go. And I kind of like this one, Juan. But I'm not for sure. A thin line between love and hate versus Waiting to Excel?
They're different. They're different.
You want to go with it? Let's go with it then. A thin line between love and hate and Waiting to Exhale.
That's our new one, right?
Or I would have said Stella Got a Groove Back versus Waiting to Exhale.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Want to go with that one?
But since it's all fellas on here, should we go with the other one?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we could do that too.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
because that's gonna be tough.
New Jack City versus Juice.
Yeah,
New Jack City. Am I my brother's keeper?
Wow.
Am I my brother's keeper?
Wow.
New Jack City or Juice. New Jack City or Juice. That is the one gotta go.
On the top of the world, ma.
Now I'm top of the world. I can't take it.
Come on,
and
man.
Tupac acting. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, that's another one.
Yeah.
I gotta put Pac in there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's get your one gotta go on, ladies and gents. Get your vote on. Don't forget, Juan Fuego, you're gonna post it right on here so they can vote.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
Who won last week?
I don't know, but I'll get back to you on that. Next episode, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next episode, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Real quick, I do want to ask this from the fellas, since it's all fellas on here.
All right.
And just keeping it to music. Just keeping it to music. And as we close out the show, give me the one song that you can listen to for the rest of your life.
Wow.
The one song that you can keep on repeat. Like when Tom Hanks was on that beach all by himself, you got that one song on that beach all by yourself. That one song, what song would it be?
Hypnotized.
Hypnotized by?
Oh, that was quick.
Biggie.
That was quick.
Hypnotized by Biggie.
That was quick, Juan.
Ooh, okay, Juan.
Yeah.
Zaid.
I'm going to go. I'm gonna go D'Angelo.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna go Send It On.
D'Angelo, Send It On. Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What about you, P?
Now, see, I thought we were just talking hip hop.
No, I didn't say.
So I'm gonna change mine because you can put on A Door by Prince.
Ooh, man.
And yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Door by Prince.
A Door by Prince.
And Zaid, you said
D'Angelo, Send It On.
D'Angelo, Send It On. Okay.
Hey.
Come on, Maze and Frankie Beverly, before I let go. Let's go, man. I need y'all to sing along. Let's get it.
You make me happy.
Hey.
This you can tell.
You stood right beside me.
Come on, man.
I think this one of them. If when this come on, you have to get up.
Yeah.
If you don't get up, even if you ain't got rhythm like Pee Wee, you still gonna jump up. You know what I'm saying? The only way you don't get
in, Z.
Hey, I feel it until you start talking.
I throw myself off. I get off rhythm when I start get talking, man.
Hey, man, the only way you don't stand up when this song comes on is if you like hurt.
Come on,
you know what I mean?
Like it's something about this song, man.
Hey,
like,
shout out to my Auntie June, rest in peace. If this song came on, even with her cane, she getting up.
Come on, y'all. I'm with you, Z. Soon as that guitar come in and you hear it drop,
you know what it is. You know what it is.
Come on, man. And
but why every time you do get up for this song, right? You put your hand up and your head is down like bobbing.
Come on.
Like,
hey,
come on, Juan.
But I just like when Prince break it down and say, "Let me tell you what you mean to me." Man, he be rapping to the girl, boy.
I love rapping.
If she ain't dropping the draws, then you got a problem. She don't
Hey,
want you.
Juan, you old as hell. He just be rapping to her. You know, he rapping.
Hey, yeah. He trying to get at that thing.
Oh man. Oh
Hey,
man.
and I ain't gonna lie though, Juan. That was a hell of a pick though.
Man, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Baby.
Hey man.
Hey.
Until the end of time, I'll be there for you.
I need you to play "Send It On," man. The beginning is it, man. The beginning.
Hey, you own my heart and mind.
Huh.
I truly adore you.
Come on, man.
If God one day struck me blind.
They struck me blind.
Come on, man.
The beauty.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey, she fine as hell.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
Oh, man. I know my phone about to die though.
I'm trying to find your joint. Hold on there.
Come on, man. Just when it start, man, it's hey, man.
Which one is it, Z, again?
I think it's "Send It On."
Okay, there we go. All right, Z.
Oh, listen to it. Yeah.
You trying to set the mood, huh?
Send me right back to you. Hey.
That boy Zaid putting the candles out.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me some horse divers, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Stop playing. Mmm. Mmm. Struggling.
Come on, man. I think the most important part to, this is the fellas and how we see music, is completely different than how women see music.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, so, if Tata or Tia was on here, they might have picked like some SWV or some Mary J. Blige or something like that. We know that wouldn't have been nowhere close in our pick. But, ladies and gents, let us know. What is your favorite song of all time?
Yes, sir.
Juan Fuego said Prince Adore. Deacon Zayn said D'Angelo, Send It On. And then for me, Maze and Frankie Beverly, Before I Let Go. Favorite song of all time. It could be on repeat 360 days in 1 year. Man, whoo. That's it right there, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we get up out of here, last words, fellas.
I'm just gonna send y'all out, with my boy.
Hey, man. Peace to y'all, man. Stay safe out here, man.
All right, you guys have a wonderful one. Juan Fuego, let everybody know where they can catch this episode, please.
We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. And then we have our YouTube channel as well, No Boundaries _ JMO. You can find us there. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Let everybody know about us, right? We need some followers. We need some feedback. We need to know what y'all think. Let us know how we're doing. If we need to enhance on something, give us some ideas. And in the future, we're gonna be looking for guests. So if there's something that you want to be a guest upon one of our shows, come on and let us know.
All right, there it is right there, ladies and gents. Once again, thank you guys very much for rocking with the No Boundaries crew. Just my opinion. Don't forget to follow us on social media also at No Boundaries _ JMO, No Boundaries _ JMO. For Deacon Zaid, for Juan Fuego, I be your man, Big Pee Wee. This is the No Boundary crew. You have a wonderful day, and we out.
Peace.
Peace.